So I was reading my devotionals today, and it's the Life of a Worship Leader devotional, and the topic was worshiping during tough times, and automatically that stood out to me because this time is so tough for many people, whether it be spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially. It is just overall tough for a lot of people, and it's tough because it's something that we would never know is happening, and something that is so uncertain and so ever changing. It changes daily or weekly. We don't know what's going to happen, and we don't know when it's going to be over, and it's a tough time, but God knew that this was going to happen, so we have to still worship during these tough times. And it's really easy to almost make church such a routine when life is going day by day, when you know what day it is, to make it a routine. Well, I'm going to church today and the next day and Sunday and so on and so forth. And it can be so much of a routine that when times like this may happen, that it's tough because you're out of your routine. You're not around the people that usually lift you up and fill your spirits, but really the one who is filling your spirits and helping you get through these tough times and through your days is God, and He is the one that needs to be worshiped. And in the tough times, we need God most to remind us what is greater. And there's so many negative things that can be thought right now or that can be said right now, but really we need to run to Him and realize that He is the one that is going to help us through all of this, and that we need to worship Him and praise Him in every moment. And tonight, when I was scrolling through TikTok, because I joined that bandwagon, it kind of hit me. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I get I can sit here and kind of scroll through my phone, but why am I not taking this free time that I have after work to dig into the Word, to really understand what God has in store for me, what He has planned for me, what He's trying to say to me during these tough times? And during these times, we have to stay strong. We have to still rely on Him, go to Him, and we can still rely on others even though we can't be with one another. That does not mean we can't text someone, call someone, Zoom meeting with a group of friends or people from the church or your family. We can stay connected through this time. And I'm sure you've probably heard this a million times, but it's so true, and it's so good to stay connected, because you don't want to get out of the routine of you want to keep to that routine. You see your friends and you see your church family and you see your family all the time, almost every day. So keep to that routine, because that's going to help you mentally. So text them, call them, do whatever you have to do to reach out to people during this time. Make sure they're okay. Make sure they're, I don't know, give them some ideas of what's some fun things you've been doing during quarantine. But during this time, we are really realizing that we have time to be still, to just have moments where there's nothing. Like, we don't have the busyness of schedules. Well, some of us still might, but some of us don't, and we don't have all the classes to go to or store to go to every day, all these things. We don't have the regular things that we did before. So we have more time to just sit in his presence and be still. And in his presence and in that stillness, you have to feel his presence and feel his peace. Even though sometimes your mind can be going 100 miles per hour, no matter what, but you just have to get in that mindset of, God, speak to me right now. Help me to be still in this time. Help me to relax. Help me to really take this time and take the time that he has given us to get to know him, to grow closer to him, to get to know ourselves better. He knew this was going to happen. But what can we do to better ourselves, better our relationships with other people, with God in these moments? We have to worship through the adversity. And in 1 Peter 5:7, it says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. We have to cast all that anxiety that we might have about all this uncertainty on him because he cares for us. He knows what's going to happen. He has a plan, and you are still going to go throughout each day and just wake up and realize, God, you are good. Even though the world might seem so distraught, so, so uncertain, you can wake up and he's still there. He's there no matter what. He's never going to change. He's consistent. He is the one consistent thing in your life. And sometimes it can be so difficult to realize, like, even though, like, say your mind is always changing, your emotions are always changing, all these things in the world are always changing, but God never changes. He never changes his emotions about you. He loves you with all his heart, even though we're so undeserving of it. He is always going to have your back, and no matter what, he is going to love you through it all and through everything, even though we might turn our backs or we might be confused. He's always striving and running towards you with open arms. He always is there. And we just have to praise him and worship him in this tough time because he is good. He is so good, and we just have to realize that and take the time. I challenge you to take the time, the stillness to worship him. Turn on a song. You don't even have to sing the words. Listen to the words. Pray the words out loud. Pray to him. Talk to him. He's always there listening. I challenge you to just take the time to strengthen your relationship with him, because it's so easy right now to get distracted with all of this going on, and it's so easy to maybe just sit there and watch shows all day, or sit there and scroll through your phone all day. But where we're really going to find our answers and our peace and our stillness and being able to not be so stressed or worried about things is in the Word. So sit down, read the Word, sit down, talk to him. Just be still, because in those moments, he's probably going to reveal more to you than you ever thought he would. So I just challenge you today to do that and just keep striving for a relationship with him, because he loves you and he wants you to have that relationship with him. And I'm so excited about this time and the time that he's given me and everyone, because usually I am going one place to the next and to the next and to the next. I'm always back and forth and back and forth. And with this time, it took me a lot of time to really sit down and realize, but He has given me the time to sit down, read His Word, study it, get to know Him, and through Him, I will get to know me. So I just challenge you to do that. Read the Word, read about Him, read His promises and His plans and His purpose and His character, and through that you will learn about yourself. So I'm so excited for this time that we're gonna have. And even though it's extended, this time that we have to stay home, it can be so easy to complain about it, but just praise Him through it, worship Him through it. That's the way we're gonna get through it, is just looking to Him. And that's the way we're gonna get through not just this tough time, but just life in general. Look to Him, praise Him. He's always there. He's never changing. Miss everybody.